In this video, I will be playing through this pedal board, and I'll be playing through all of these pedals using only one amp capture on this Tonex. I'll be using the Tonex as a pedal platform. I'll be using this Fuzz Face quite a bit. This is a chase tone fuzz fella. I have a hard time getting fuzzes to work with digital amps, but I think that this particular capture works excellent with fuzzes. After the song, I'll come back. I'll reveal which Tonex capture I'm using and why I think it's the best. So the amp capture I'm using for that entire song is an amalgam amplification 2-rock SSS Edge non-reverb bright capture. And I'm just using the cab IR that came paired with that capture, which is also a 2-rock 2x12 cab loaded with WGS speakers. So I want to make clear that I have no affiliation with amalgam amplification. They have no idea who I am. And this video is not sponsored in any way. I just enjoy their products, and I think this particular capture is excellent. So the reason why I like the 2-rock capture so much is because it has just the right amount of mids. Fender captures, like a deluxe reverb capture, sounds great, especially clean. But when you add gain, and a lot of gain, or if you add fuzz to it, in my opinion, I have a hard time with them. They sound harsh or fizzy or just not great. This 2-rock capture has a fair amount of mids, and the highs aren't elevated and neither are the lows like a scooped sound that a Fender would give you. The other thing I like about this 2-rock capture is that it's an edge of breakup capture. You don't really hear it if you have a lighter touch. If you don't have any gain or anything in front of the capture, you may not even hear that it's edge of breakup. But if you push it with some drive, you're definitely going to get into a distorted tone. But you have the benefit of dynamics. You know, I can use this Wampler compressor. It has a clean boost on it. And if I run that into that 2-rock capture, you're definitely getting into more gain tones, but I can really control the dynamics with my, attack and also with the volume on my guitar. But ultimately, the best thing about having that edge of breakup capture is the fuzz. The fuzz works great with an edge of breakup tone. A clean amp, sometimes, especially a Fuzz Face, in my opinion, doesn't sound that great with a clean amp. But if you have an edge of breakup type tone, the fuzz sounds great. A Fuzz Face specifically sounds really good with that kind of amp setting. And you can back off your volume, clean it up, it sounds fantastic. So while this 2-rock capture is working great for me, there are other captures that you can use that will perform similarly. And my first suggestion would be a Marshall capture, a cleanish Marshall capture, edge of breakup Marshall tone. It's going to have just the right amount of mids, and it'll take these pedals just like this 2-rock will take them. In fact, I use Marshall captures as well for this purpose, but I really like 2-rock. The best example of this is Jimi Hendrix. He used a Marshall. His Marshall was raging, but he could clean it up, and he used all of these pedals with the Marshall, especially a Fuzz Face, a Vibe. He didn't have a compressor, but you know what I'm saying. Like, a Marshall takes pedals great. So in closing, I don't want to say that I don't use any other captures. I definitely use other captures. So like with the Tonex, I'll have a clean Fender here, my pedal platform patch here, the 2-rock, and then I'll use a high gain amp here. I've really been using the 78, 79 Van Halen captures on this channel quite a bit. So again, clean Fender, pedal platform mid capture here, and Van Halen tones here. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my content, please consider liking and subscribing.